What's up guys, Glock Guy 226 here, and tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the CZ Scorpion. Stay tuned. Alright guys, we are back, and as you can see we have the CZ Scorpion EVO3S1 with us today. Now when I say 9mm carbine, I know this is a pistol configuration, but I'm just going to refer to them as 9mm carbines. It's the easiest thing to do. That's just pretty much the basis of what they're called these days. So we'll go ahead and safety check this before we get too into anything else, guys. And as you can see there, it is indeed empty. And it is a little bit dirty. It's been a while since I've cleaned it, and I have been shooting this thing quite a bit lately. I will be rolling in some range footage from me shooting this. It's just so fun to shoot. I can't even explain it, guys. I shoot a lot of pistols, my ARs, of course. I need to get out and shoot my AK more, but when you run into guns like this, it is just so fun to shoot. I mean, you can just throw lead down range so accurately, so quickly. Transitions are really fast. It's a small package. There are just so many great things to say about this, guys. And I more or less just wanted to talk about some of those things, how these upgrades have been working out for me, etc. I've owned the CZ Scorpion EVO3S1 for probably about a year and a half now, maybe 2 years, somewhere in that range. And I've put at least 2,500 to 3,000 rounds through it. Especially when I first got this thing, I couldn't keep my hands off of it, guys. This was pretty much the reason of running through so much 9mm, when I first got it, which I primarily shoot 9mm in, my pistols and whatnot. But man, I tell you what, it is just too easy to burn 9mm up with one of these things. Now, some of the other options out there, like the SIG MPX, is a great platform. I have nothing personally bad to say about it, except for when I was looking for a 9mm carbine or a pistol caliber carbine, I weighed out the pros and cons of each platform, and the SIG MPX is a great platform. It's very much like an AR-15 as far as all your controls go, so it being familiar like that is definitely an advantage to it. But at the time, guys, it was really new to the market, and mags were like $70 a piece when you could even find them, and I wasn't about to pay that. I actually got this EVO3S1 in the same configuration, as far as having the folding adapter and the shockwave blade on it, and a lot of the other stuff that's done to it now I did, but I bought it as the stock pistol with a folding adapter and the shockwave blade for like 850 bucks. And at the time, guys, these were really hard to get. They were sold out everywhere online, so it was a pretty good deal on it. What's cool about these guys, they are blowback operated, very, very reliable system. Militaries all over the world have adopted the CZ Scorpion EVO3S1, and it is kind of a big brother to the original CZ Scorpion, which if you do some research, there's not a whole lot alike about them. But guys, they have really perfected this design, and over the thousands of rounds I've put through this thing, I can honestly say this probably is one of my favorite guns. Now, I know I get on video and I say that about every single gun I have, but I've gotten to a point, over the years I've owned a lot of guns, traded them, I want something else, and there's always something bigger and badder that we want, but I've gotten to a point where most of the stuff I have I don't want to sell. I've always kind of been like, I buy something, I have fun with it for 6 months or a year, and then, I want something else. And yes, of course, I'll still buy, sell, trade stuff, to get what I want eventually. But the point I'm at right now, I have quite a few guns that, I've always wanted, and they're running great, and I have no desire to get rid of them. Now, just to go over some of the upgrades real quick, guys, I usually get asked quite a bit about this folding adapter. Now, there are a lot of expensive folding adapters out there in the market. This one here is actually a UTG folding adapter, guys. I'll post a link below. And guys, these are cheap. Some of the other folding adapters out there on the market are not so cheap, and I'm not saying they're a bad product or they're not worth the money. I'm just saying this folding adapter here, guys, has worked out great for me. If you've seen like my travel kit, I usually fold this up like this, throw it in a backpack, and it's just a great compact package. In a matter of seconds, I can have it flipped out and be ready to go, and then fold it right back up, no problem. And this UTG, you know, side folding mount, guys, and all it is it's for an AR-15. So if you look up this UTG mount, get it for an AR buffer tube and you'll be good to go. Like I said, I will post a link below. But guys, I just have no problem with this. It is a cheap mount, yes. And you know, when I bought it, I kind of wanted to switch it out. I know the CZ factory or CZ custom shop makes a side folding mount, but guys, it's really expensive. I'm sure it's top-notch quality, but I just haven't had any issues out of this. So you know what? I like it. It's been reliable. It's tough. So getting on back from there, we have the CAC buffer tube as well as the CAC shockwave blade. Now I really like this arm brace, guys. You guys know how all that goes. The arm brace, this is very minimalist. It folds up very nicely. I like the shockwave blade. Now, another thing that I was kind of curious about was this Apex grip. Now, personally, I don't really think it looks the best on the CZ Scorpion. I think the Yeti Works grips look a heck of a lot better, and they are pretty comfortable. But guys, this thing is like $20-something for the Apex grip, and it has been really comfortable. I kind of more or less bought it to see how I would like it, and I wasn't sure if I would like it. You know, like I said, it kind of looks funny on there, but I've gotten really used to like the K2 style grips where they're at a little bit different of an angle than most of your common grips out there, you know, your AR-15 style grips and such. And guys, I really do like this Apex grip. So for $20-something, I think it was on the lower side of $20. You know, it doesn't hurt to try something like that. And if you don't like it, you could always sell it. Now, I have quite a few Hbi upgrades on here, and the flat face trigger is probably by far my favorite thing from Hbi, and this is the Theta Trigger. And guys, flat face triggers have really opened my eyes on getting more or less consistent trigger pulls. And what I mean by that is having a flat face trigger just really helps you bring that trigger straight back versus side to side. You know, with a rounded trigger, you're more than likely gonna pull side to side unless you really practice your trigger pulls. But the flat face triggers, me personally, I have just noticed they do help me shoot a little bit more consistent, and they do help my trigger pull out quite a bit. Now I also have an Hbi spring kit in here. Guys, these triggers from the factory are very, very heavy. Probably on the 8 or 9 pound side. I did weigh it. I don't know if I did a video on that or not early on in my YouTube days. But these triggers are very heavy from the factory, so I highly recommend at least getting the Hbi spring kit, and it does help out quite a bit. Now moving forward, we're going to jump on top here, and for the longest time I was running an Aimpoint H1 on here, which worked out great. I just ended up throwing the Aimpoint on my AR-15, which is back here, my BCM. And I went ahead and picked up a Holosun 503BU. Now, for years, guys, the past couple years anyway, I have heard guys ranting and raving about how great these Holosun red dots are for the money, and personally, I've just always kind of looked at it like, yes, I like trying budget options, but at the end of the day, guys, I'm going to end up wasting money on something, and I'm going to go back and buy something like an Aimpoint or a Trigicon. And guys, I have to say, I have not been disappointed at all with this Holosun 503. I think for the money, it is hard to get anywhere near the quality of these Holosun optics. It's held zero, completely fine. I just have had no issues out of it whatsoever. Battery life is great, crisp, clear dot. I just have nothing bad to say about it whatsoever. So, moving on from there, something a little different. I haven't seen anybody else do it, and I kind of did it just joking around one day to see if it would work, and it did work, is I'm running dual charging handles on my Scorpion, and on this side here we do have an Hbi charging handle, and this is just the stock charging handle. And like I said, I just kind of threw it on there just to kind of see what it would do, and it does work. I figured, you know what, why not? This really doesn't add a whole lot of weight, and like I said, I just haven't seen anybody else do it, and I kind of think it's neat. If I do want to run, you know, weak side versus strong side. And of course, the CZ Scorpion has your MP5 style slap charge. So that in itself is just really cool. Now, one thing I did pass up is the Gearhead Works mag release. The mag release is something else on the CZ Scorpion that it's not the greatest. You can definitely live with it, you can get by with it, but Gearhead Works makes a really nice paddle style release here, And there are a few companies that make bigger style paddle releases that, I mean, they hang out pretty far. I'm not going to mention any names. I know a lot of people do like them, and I have no issue with them. I just feel like the longer that mag release is, the easier it's going to be to hit, whether I'm carrying it slung or it's in a backpack or something. So the Gearhead Works mag release was just perfect for what I wanted. Now, I'm also running a Surefire XC1 on here. Now, this is primarily a pistol light, guys. I do run it on my Glock 19 quite a bit, but in a home defense role, or even, you know, if I take this traveling or something, I think the XC1 is a great compact light to have on here. Now, the XC1 is not the brightest light out there, as you guys know, or as you can see, but I tell you what, for being as small as it is, when I am in shooting position, I could literally just slide my finger right under it, and you know, I have momentary light. So something like home defense, guys, I think it's a great option. I have ran my, you know, Streamlight TLR1s on here. I've threw my Surefire X300 on here, and it just seems like a really big setup. It's nice, but I really like to keep this thing as compact as possible. So I've been kind of trying it out with the XC1, and so far, guys, I do really like it. Now, some of the accessories, you know, I really have nothing bad to say about any of them that I've chosen. I may go ahead and get a Yeti Works grip sometime here in the future, just to kind of, you know, compare to the Apex and see if I really do like it more than the Apex. But as far as that goes, guys, I really don't have too many changes that I want to make to this platform here. Now, I would like to SBR it, but at the same time, guys, I'm almost like, why would I spend an extra $200? You know, and then of course I'd want the CZ, you know, the actual CZ stock kit. It would be a lot of extra money to turn this into an SBR, which they're really cool, and that's what a lot of guys do. But for me, guys, this Shockwave blade has worked just fine, and especially now that the ATF here in 2017 has reversed their whole, you know, you can't shoulder the brace thing. Everything's fine and dandy, guys. So another thing I want to show you guys real quick that I have been running, and I'll probably do an individual video on these just because there's not a ton of them out there. These are the 32 round magazines from Prepper Gun Shop and Manicore Arms. And what's nice about these compared to your regular CZ Scorpion feed lips, guys, your CZ Scorpion feed lips have kind of been known to crack here lately. And these Manicore Arms Prepper Gun Shop feed lips, as you can see, are metal. Now, I keep 147 grain Federal HSTs in the CZ Scorpion at all times. It really likes those heavier loads. That's just a quick rundown, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. Be sure to check me out over on Instagram. I'm always posting new pictures. Check out my Facebook. Please like, share, subscribe, and have a good night, guys.